Let's go to that bean farm. My older siblings were gone. It was midsummer. The sun comes up early in northern Minnesota. At 5 in the morning, we had breakfast. No hired staff were on the farm that day, just Mom, Dad, and myself. Remember, we're 8 miles from the nearest town. Our dirt driveway is a quarter mile long. You can't see another farm from ours in those days. I jumped in the blue pickup truck with Dad. We drove down the quarter-mile driveway from field to field and irrigator to irrigator. We're on the far reaches of the farm. It's a public dirt road, and there's some trash in the middle of the dirt road. And you know something about Dad? I knew exactly what he thought about litter. He didn't say much. I just knew. I knew exactly what to do when he swerved over in such a way that my door was immediately above that litter. I opened the door and I reached down and I picked up the Playboy magazine. 10 or 11 years old, I'll tell you something. I used to be an ethics professor, and I'm not here to tell you what's right and wrong. I am here to tell you if you act on what you say you don't believe, you lose trust in less than a second. And I'll tell you what my daddy believed. He didn't think it was the right way to look at women or treat women. I knew exactly what he thought. I dropped to the floor of the pickup truck. He kicked it under the seat. We kept going from field to field and irrigator to irrigator. Pretty soon it was about mid-morning on the farm. Some of you know what that is, about 7:30. We came into the home front. Mom was working in the house doing whatever she did. Nobody else around the farm that day in the middle of nowhere. Dad dropped me off at the house to help Mom or play. I don't know what I did. Dad drove then another 100 yards out to the shop. He started to work on some tractors, maybe the combine. Some random time that morning, the phone rang. Can you remember when there was one phone on a farm with a cord attached? Mom took the message. Nothing was urgent back then. Usually she put the message on Dad's lunch spot, but not this day. This day she said, "David, go give this message to your dad." I took the message. I ran out of the attached garage. No windows on that side of the house. No way to see what Dad was doing on the back side of the farm. Trees, everything. No one would know. I knew what he said he believed. And in fact, this day I would see, because I went into the attached garage, and I still don't know why I didn't just bust through that entry door like I did any other day as a 10 or 11 or 12-year-old. But I paused inside. And there's one little entry door window on that entry door of the garage. No way he could hear me coming, lost most of his hearing in the Korean War. No way he would see me coming. No way he'd think I was coming at that random time, but I was. Because at some random time, I paused inside and I watched my daddy through that little entry door window. And what I saw would change my life forever. I knew what he said he believed, but I would see it. I watched him. I watched him pull himself out from under the tractor he was working on. I watched him walk around the other side of the combine between two trees up to the blue Chevy pickup truck, and from 100 yards away, I could see him. Not thinking a soul's watching, I watched him open the door of that blue Chevy pickup truck, reach under the seat, pick up the Playboy magazine, and then I watched him. I watched this guy that turns 90 today. I watched this guy keep his arm outstretched and walk 30 paces over to the shop furnace, and I watched him throw it into the fire without a glance. You think I trust my daddy? Because he does what he says he'll do even when no one's looking for. That's where he created the habits for when someone just might be. I always wondered, why did hundreds of people come to their 50th? Now they've had their 60th since, of course. But why did all these people come to this little farm from UK and Alaska and all over the world? Hundreds of people came to celebrate in this little town called Burndale. I think it wasn't his agronomy expertise, though he was the first in his family to go to the University of Minnesota. I think it was that kind of thing, because people love to work with and be around people that do what they say they will do. And that is character.
If you like that, subscribe to our YouTube channel or go to trustedge.com for more free resources and tools.